Alright, so we got a little problem here with the sawmill. We moved the trailer, I guess a few months ago, and when we did, we didn't have the head latched in correctly or strapped down, and it rolled forward and bumped this thing pretty hard. And then over the last couple of days of using it, or the last couple of uses of using it, it's got really loose, and it's got what's called a linear bearing, and I'm pretty sure when it come back and slammed in one of these pillows here that it damaged the linear bearing. So what I'm gonna do is take the linear bearing off. The bearing goes back and forth like this. So we're gonna pop that off and order a new linear bearing. So there's four nuts that hold this bearing on. Excuse me, 4 bolts. Credit where credit's due. We've cut a lot of boards, and all of our breakdowns to this point pretty much have been self-inflicted. So if I'd just taken this one bolt off right here, and I could have just slid this down to the end like this and took it off and not been killing myself.
A few left.
Huh?
There's a few left right here.
Yeah, but it's broke down. Leave that here. What I want to do is screw in all of these screws back in this linear bearing. It also has part numbers on here, so I'm sure we can cross-reference those part numbers. I talked with Nathan from Out of the Woods YouTube channel, and he has recommended that we try diesel when we're cutting pine to help hold down on the pitch. So we're going to give that a run. But first we got to clean this thing up good. There's pitch everywhere. That's the ceramic blade guides. They last a long time, and they really help protect your blade. Most all of these bearings are just common bearings. 30 plus years of maintenance. More than 30 actually. A good bit more than 30. I have never replaced a linear bearing. That's the first time in my life.
Now you do.
Yeah. What that pine pitch, things that just normally slide right off are sticky. Who carries a Leatherman? Am I the only one that carries a Leatherman? You don't see the Leatherman? If you don't know what a Leatherman is, it's like a multi-tool. It's got everything. I've carried them for years in the military. So this is the bearing, and it's got this little protector in here. So what you do is you set the bearing up to the end of the rail and then push it in like this, and it'll roll out this protector. This is where the grease fitting is going to go. So where this is going to set like this. I'm getting all the oil off of these because I'm going to put Loctite back on. So it didn't bend because it's heavy. That little protective guide, we're going to slide that on, and it's going to push this protective guide out of the way.
Okay.
And
They just fell down.
the little guide popped out. time for a new belt though. I think I need to order a belt. See that?
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I don't even think we need to put it back together. So I don't have a wrench big enough for this, so I don't recommend this, but there we go. That's what I have. So field repair. That's good enough that I can take it off. I'll bring back some bigger wrenches, sockets. We'll go get a new belt for this. Hey, we're back out here. The last part of this video you've seen is when we were leaving, taking off the belt. So we got our new belt in it. It took us a day to get the belt in. They didn't. None of the automotive dealers had a belt around here. So we ordered the belt. It's a B74 from Napa. You could probably cross-reference that into something else. But just so if you're interested in the OS23 and you need belts, it's just a standard belt, nothing fancy. So far, all the parts that I've ever broke on this are pretty much standard. Unless you get into something like this, it might be a little bit different. But anyway, let's put this belt on. So September is, for us, is generally a very dry month. September, and then October is a very dry month. And this year, 2021, September has rained. It rained 14 days in September. It rained, so far we're, I don't know, the 5th day of October, and it's rained 3 so far in October. So much for normality. It doesn't have to run really tight. That's a beautiful thing about it. I'm hoping when we run this diesel in the tank that it's not going to affect the belt as much, and it's going to keep the pitch from building up. So we got a lot of pine to saw.
Y'all stay tuned for a lot more sawmill action. We're cutting all the lumber that we are going to need for our barn, and then we're also going to be building a shelter around this sawmill. This 6x6 is going to be a gate post. Hopefully next time I remember to bring my cant hook. Having the building around the sawmill is going to be great.